Okay, so we are going to capture a quick video of Joe Rudman and Marian Rudman, Quast, excuse me,
Yeah.
and talk about how the two of them met. I'm very intrigued. I want to know, how did the two of you meet? Joe Rudman and Marian Quast.
In 1951, Marian, at that time, worked at, she was working at Paramount Film, and I was shipping at Columbia Film, but then transferred to Paramount Film as head shipper, and she was in the office. Bookkeeping. And I went upstairs one time to for some reason.
To talk to Lucille about the film.
And I saw her and she saw me, and I thought, wow. And then she invited me to for her place, and she said, after we had met, and at that time we had what we call where we show all the new pictures out, the screening room. And so we went to screening a couple of times, and after about a month or two or three, she invited me up to her place for dinner, and she had, oh my gosh, she had steak, mashed potatoes, gravy, and all the good stuff.
Farmer's dinner.
And it was a farmer's dinner. And from that point on, I knew I had to get her. And that's how we met.
He stopped, and I was walking home. It was in November, and it was raining, and he pulled up and said, "Would you like a ride home?" Because I was standing on the corner and going to walk home, and he took me home to where we lived in the apartment.
Mm-hmm. And what?
Okay, so how long did the two of you date before you got married?
A year.
That was a year.
And how did I assume Joe popped the question? Unless you asked him to marry you.
No, I asked her to marry me, but prior to that, she invited me to meet her folks in Burley, Idaho. So I went up there, and my gosh, she had all her siblings, but they had oh my gosh, they had mashed potatoes again, my favorite, and
a farmer's dinner.
A farmer's dinner, and her brother that was sitting next to me, they passed the potatoes, mashed potatoes, and he took the whole, what was left, and handed me the bowl, and I said, "Well, can I have your dish and you take the bowl?" Anyway, we became really good friends, and that's when I asked her to marry me.
Okay, so where did the two of you get married, and on what date?
We got married at my parents' home, which is still in the family. The old home is, and it was my grandparents. They homesteaded it, and it's still the same house that my grandparents homesteaded.
And what was the date? Does Uncle Joe know? What?
1953.
What date?
November.
November what?
November 27th.
November 27th, 1953.
Mm-hmm.
Right on. Okay, so we have that story. Okay, thank you. All right, see, that's...
Thank you.